Hello, folks. We are going to do a self-evaluation. Sometimes the sentence frames can be a little confusing, so I just like to go over them. You don't have to watch it every time, but maybe one time just to get the hang of it. You're welcome to come back every once in a while if you need a refresher. Okay, here we go. I have a work of art in front of me, and then I have the first question. Question number one, what is something you are proud of in this piece? I can pick one of the sentence frames to help answer the question. So I can do the sentence frame on the left, or I can do the sentence frame on the right. I'm going to take a look at the one on the left. It says something I am proud of in this piece is blank, and then it says because. The reason that because is there is I don't want you to just say, the color. That's just kind of a quick answer. I want you to dig a little bit and think, why do I like that? Why is that successful? Why did that work out? So kind of dig into your thinking a little. In this picture, I like the line work on the flower. I know it's technically a painting class, but I like the line work. So I would say something I'm proud of in this piece is maybe the way I drew the petals, because I think it looks accurate and elegant, right? So that would be using the sentence frame on the left. I could also use the sentence frame on the right. It's just a different way of saying the same thing. So I could say I'm happy with the way the shadow turned out because I think it adds an air of mystery. So whatever you put, just try to dig a little bit deeper and answer, well, why do I think that? Why do I feel that? Okay, let's look at the next one. Question number two, what was a challenge in this assignment? So I could, again, pick the left or the right. This time I'll start with the one on the right. It says something I struggled with was blank. It was hard to blank. Okay, so for me, it was hard to get the paints even. So something I struggled with was getting the paint to look even. And then why that was hard is because they kept drying out. So it was hard to work fast enough without them drying out. So that would be an example of me using the one on the right. If I were to pick the sentence frame on the left, again, it's either or. Okay, it says, I had difficulty with the blank. It was challenging because blank. So for me, I had difficulty with the water. It was challenging because my paint kept drying out. I had to kind of make it look murky and muddy and textured when initially I wanted it to look smooth. So you can add more information if you'd like. You can keep it short and sweet. That's up to you, as long as you're kind of explaining your thinking. All right, let's look at the third question. Question number three, if you could do anything differently, what would you do? Pick one of the sentence frames below to help you answer. Okay, so let's look at the one on the left. If I were to do it again, I would blank because blank. This one's pretty easy. If I were to do it again, I would paint the whole background first. I think I could get a nice shift in the water from dark to light if I had a big brush and I painted the whole thing and then drew my flower over the top of it. So now that I've done it once, I kind of have an idea of how I would do it differently. So if I were to do it again, I would do the background first because I think I could get a smoother background. All right, let's look at the one on the right. If I could have done it differently, I would have blank. This would help blank. Another thing that I might change about this one, if I could have done it differently, I would have added highlights on the petals. This would help them look more 3D, which wasn't a requirement of this assignment, but just kind of a neat thing to do. Okay, remember you don't have to use the sentence frames. If you do choose to use them, hopefully that's a little bit of clarification on how to use them. It's one or the other. If you don't use the sentence frames, just make sure you're using full sentences and explaining your thinking. All right, have a good day.